We are joined with the king of iRacing himself, William Byron, here on NASCAR Quarantine. Man, it just seems like, you're the face of iRacing is what we've been doing the past couple of weeks. Do you like kind of being that representative guy?
I guess so. It's kind of taken on that role really ever since I started racing. People have kind of tabbed me as that. So yeah, I definitely use iRacing as a tool, and it's always been that way for me. It's since I started growing up, that was really my avenue to get started in racing. I wasn't in a racing family or anything like that, so I just tried to use it, and yeah, it's cool. We've been able to kind of have that as a tool during this time, and be able to race against each other and things like that.
Do you feel any sort of normalcy when it comes to racing? Because obviously, it's not the normal thing that we get on an average weekend, but does it kind of feel close to normal?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, you don't have the feel of the car, and you don't have the engine noise and the all the things that come with a real race car and the feel of that. But there are a lot of things that are similar, though. The way the tracks are laid out and the way the bumps in the track are modeled into the sim is pretty cool. So I just like it. I think it gives us a chance to compete, really, to go against each other and know what it's like to race against each other when we don't have any other way to do it right now.
I see that you're racing dirt as much as you're racing asphalt. Now, I guess my question is, because you're not a dirt guy in the real world, so what's it going to take to get you in one of the dirt cars when we get back to racing full time?
Yeah, it's probably going to take some sort of persuasion towards the higher ups that Hendrick and everything. So I don't really see that happening. I don't. It's not really something that's I'd be interested in doing in real life per se. I mean, maybe when I'm maybe way on down the road, but it's probably not the smartest or not the best move for me. But yeah, I'm just trying to focus on the NASCAR stuff. But honestly, the reason I'm doing it is because I feel like it helps my NASCAR abilities and kind of the ability I have to move around the track and search the track for grip and stuff. So I really like that aspect of it because I think the track's always changing. Even iRacing has that modeled. So I like that aspect of it.
One of my favorite, I guess, iRacing Sunday traditions, I hope you carry this throughout, when we get back to normal racing, but the breakfast reviews in the morning, man, you're all over the map with bagels and pancakes and breakfast sandwiches and burritos and omelets. What do you like to eat for breakfast?
Yeah, I like it all. I think I've gotten creative with it lately. But I love the tradition of doing it. I'm going to hopefully try to keep doing that when the season starts back up. Yeah, I try to go to my local restaurants, try to support the local places that I go to on a normal basis, and really bring some normalcy to me to a race day too, because I can just go to get breakfast, come back and race and feel like I'm right at home. So it's neat.
If you could only pick like one of those breakfast foods, which do you think it would be?
I probably go to the bagel shop the most. I mean,
okay.
The bagel shop is connected to a coffee shop, so it makes it a perfect. Basically, you can go to one and go to the other, and you're set for the morning. So
it's intertwined.
I mean, how much better is that?
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Yeah, I like that.
What's a good pre-race meal? On the racing side, because obviously for iRacing, breakfast doesn't matter as much, but when you're in a race car, a hot race car for 3.5 hours on a Sunday, it's pretty important what you eat. What's a good breakfast for actual race day?
Yeah, I try to eat chicken, rice, and really salad and maybe some vegetable of some sort. So it's pretty simple for me. Kind of keep it a lot of I guess conservative foods, before you get in a hot race car. But yeah, I just try to keep the same routine every week. My bus driver, Ryan, he makes food for me, and it really kind of, stays the same almost every week. So it's a pretty good system we got going.
All right, so I've done this for 1 week so far with Matt DiBenedetto. He gave me a home workout that he does at home, and I was doing some lifts and squats out in my backyard. It was very tiring, and I want to keep doing and seeing what race car drivers do to stay fit. So, do you have any home workouts that people can do during quarantine to kind of train like a race car driver does?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of body weight exercises you can do. I've been training the last couple of days just to get ready for the race season. I'd say honestly, like you can do intervals of like jumping lunges and then push-ups, like push-ups where you push off the ground and you try to extend like an inch off the ground with your hands. So you do those like 10 times a piece. You should be. That's a good warm up.
Oh man!
Then try to do some. I don't know. I guess I have a couple rubber bands or a couple bands that I train with at my house, where you can kind of, I think they're called like wall crawls or something. You kind of do with your hands. So, but yeah, the jumping lunges and the push-ups are a good start.
All right. Well, I promised Matt DiBenedetto that I would try it, and I will give you the same promise. So I will try it.
There
you guys are really trying to beat me up here. But you mentioned getting in shape for race season, which could happen sooner rather than later. Are you ready to go back to racing, especially with this kind of new schedule that they're talking about?
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it's I'm excited for the fact that we most of the time might be able to just kind of go out and race and line up and race. So I'm looking forward to that challenge of kind of what that's going to be like just to go out there kind of cold turkey and go racing. So we'll see what happens, but I'm definitely looking forward to what's ahead.
I find I get the most motivated when I can't be doing things and when I'm away from something. Are you the same way where it's like when you're not racing, you can't be racing, that's when you're most motivated to come back?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think you feel that sense of like confidence and the fact that, hey, I can do this and I can go back and race and be the best. And so I think that's great. It's great to carry that confidence back into the real race car, because a lot of times that helps perform right off the bat. But then once you get in the rhythm of things, you have to continually work on yourself and work on your team week to week just to keep that confidence and keep that momentum going. That's the toughest thing in racing for sure.
Now, when we return to racing, whenever that will be, it will most likely be without fans. And I know that's going to be a big disappointment among the industry. Obviously, the safer version, but, the fans come to see you guys, but they're also part of your race day experience. What's their presence like on an average race day?
Well, it's great. I mean, we have a great fan base in NASCAR that, comes out to the track and supports us, and we get to sign autographs for them and we get to see them before the race. So definitely going to miss that for a couple of weeks until they are able to come back. But it's good to have them all the time at the racetrack and have their support.
All right, well, William, hopefully we can all be together at the racetrack soon, including the fans. And I might have to check out that bagel coffee shop combination that you were talking about earlier. I'm getting hungry myself sitting here. But hopefully we can see you soon at the racetrack and be back racing.
Yeah, that sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Remember, kids 12 and under are free to all NASCAR Xfinity Series and NASCAR Gander RV and Outdoors Truck Series races. For more information, visit nascar.com/kidstix.